Talking about all the books that I've written, these books are compilations of articles I wrote, mostly for the Guardian newspaper in the UK, nominally about football, but obviously I'm not an expert in football tactics and strategy, so I just write about the experience of being a fan. The reason, of course, that I believe football is so popular and successful, or at least one of them, is because it resources itself from deep social and personal emotional instincts. It reaches us in places that it's very hard to reach in other ways. Perhaps art can hit you there, but it's a kind of a crucible of raw emotion. Like this one, I'm banging on about West Ham the whole time. And I talk about this particular article that I want to read for you. Oh yeah, look, I talk about what it's like to go to West Ham and like be there in the sort of what I call the backstage areas at Upton Park. Listen to this. Since writing this column, I've had incredible access to West Ham players and behind-the-scenes personnel, and I must say I found the place to be really reassuringly domestic. The staff have an unaffected familiarity with one another, and most of them have been at the club for decades. The shop floor banter between them could be found in any factory or call centre across these islands. I witnessed Leslie and Barbara behind the bar in the players' lounge discussing with eye-rolling boredom the concern of a trainer who informed them they ought to avert their eyes as Lucas Neal was coming through in just a towel. Lucas Neal was the captain of West Ham at that time. Leslie, I said, I've got two grown-up sons. He's got nothing under there that's going to frighten me. Barbara, chance would be a fine thing. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Cosy bit of working class badinage. I heard Ron, whose job I was unable to ascertain, glibly dismissing the heart attack he'd had the previous week while filling a see-through bag with unused chops off the hospitality table. Leslie, didn't the doctor tell you to watch what you eat? Ron, what do they know? For me, exchanges of this nature are as warm and familiar as dozing on my granddad's lap, and far more accessible as he's been dead for 15 years. Just to clarify, I only dozed on his lap as a child, not into my mid-teens, just before his death. A lap full of adolescent drug addicts could only exacerbate bowel cancer, and anyway, I'd long grown out of the habit by then. The white clock radio he'd received from Ford's had long stopped, but still it hung on the kitchen wall in Dagenham, a plastic monument to his years of toil. A black and white photo of him humbly accepting it was in the adjacent cupboard. As he lay delirious with death approaching on the settee, TV on as ever, I watched through tears as he struggled to remember Jimmy Greaves' name. Who's that, he inquired, peering beyond the screen and into the cosy, hazy past. That's Greavesy, I said, all sad. Bert was a West Ham fan, of course, like my dad, and would have been thrilled at the new privilege I now enjoy, though probably too embarrassed to actually get off on it in the way I do. I'm intrigued by hierarchy, and a Premiership football club is a fascinating place to observe social strata. First there are the fans themselves organised into myriad groups, then in the ground and behind the scenes security and hospitality and catering, the now sadly defunct Hammerettes, training staff, directors, and fanfare please, the players. I was titillated by Tony Montana's ascent through the cocaine cartels of Florida and South America in the movie Scarface. First he's hanging out with street dealers, then local Mr. Big type characters before climbing to the top of the power pyramid where corrupt politicians teeter. My own experiences at Upton Park parallel that exactly. Leslie and Barbara are cutthroat Cuban street dealers. Ron and Danny and Tom from security are local Mr. Biggs. And at the top of the pyramid are the families of John Lyle and Ron Greenwood. And me, well, obviously I'm Tony Montana, strutting around in a white suit with a machine gun and a powdery moustache. So there you go. When I was writing about football, I got pretty easily distracted. These little books, you won't be able to get these anywhere. I'm not promoting them. I'm not trying to make any money out of this endeavour, you understand. I'm simply going on a little bit of a wander, a sentimental stroll through the sort of times when I was writing different types of content. Look at that, the photograph on the hallowed turf at Upton Park. So I suppose what I would take from that is this is a person dealing with celebrity, and like even there you can see that what I'm dealing with is, oh wow, I'm famous now. I still got all these memories of growing up a normal life, and here I am having access to these privileged positions. Them little Guardian articles were pretty good. I quite enjoyed them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Let me know what kind of thing you'd like to see more of on this channel. Do you want to see a lot less of this kind of stuff, or do you want to see a little bit more of personal revelation and analysis of the stuff that I've done professionally? Give us a like, give us a subscribe if you like this video. Have a look at this one, and if you want a little meditate, have a look at this. Sign up to my mailing list here. It's just one click away and I'll tell you all the stuff I'm up to. And if you're in the UK between January and May, you can see me live. Stay free.